So I'm going to share with you some top yoga for football / soccer tips to help you minimize injury and maximize your game experience. My name is Hayley Winter and I am Gareth Bale's first yoga teacher amongst others and the founder of the Institute of Yoga Sports Science. So let's get started. In this yoga for football soccer sequence, I'm going to share with you some of the specific yoga techniques that have been successfully used by all the players I've worked with. The sequence can be used either as a warm-up or cool-down session to improve overall mobility, stability, endurance, concentration, and sensory skills training. I recommend you practice barefoot. This helps to develop a greater sensory proprioceptive awareness from the sole of the foot to the brain. Let's make a start. We're going to start with Astronaut Stretch. The benefit here is to make a connection from the feet through the whole body by using the breath. It's an active technique that helps to set up the nervous system and get the player into their body before they get into the game. So for this, you'll need to have the ball placed between the ankles, have a towel underneath your head, chin down towards your chest, broaden the shoulders, closing the eyes, and then breathing in, press the heels away and lengthen through the whole body from the feet to the fingertips. Breathe out slowly, bring the arms down beside you, relax the feet and the legs, and then inhale, press the heels away, lengthen through from the feet to the fingertips. Exhale, bring the arms down beside you. One more time, breathing in, lengthen through the legs, lengthen the legs out of the hip sockets, and then open the mouth, sigh the breath away, and release the arms down beside you. Now keep the ball between the feet and ankles, and now we're going to move into our next technique called rock and roll. And this technique is really great for mobilizing the spine, so making sure the chin is down towards the chest, and very easy, releasing the spine right the way through to the neck. So inhaling and exhaling freely. So as the head goes one way, the knees go the other, the ball stays between the legs, between the knees, and then circle the ankle, mobilize the feet at the ankles in preparation for play or using it as a cool down. Breathing freely, release the ball, put the ball to one side, and then shake out any tension that you might have, just shaking through the limbs, breathing freely. And now we're going to move into a next technique called Hamies and Hips, great for mobilizing the lower body. It's also a great technique to help actively lengthen hamstrings as well as prepare the hip and groin area. Both of these areas are essential to warm up and cool down in order to help minimize injury and maximize performance, and it's been a real favorite with the players that I've worked with. So you want to start off with your legs bent. You're going to place the TheraBand around the foot, have the opposite leg bent close, the foot close in towards the body. Wrap the TheraBand firmly around and securely around the hands and wrists, and then lengthen away the left leg and have the foot flex. So roll your shoulders back and down, clip the elbows in close towards your body in readiness for the technique. But before we get started, let's just take a quick look at the role of the three hamstrings located on the back of the upper leg that extend the hip and flex the knee. Hamstring strains are common injuries in football, and I found this technique to be a great addition to a player's strength and conditioning program. The hamstrings work as you kick the ball and help decelerate the speed of your leg during the final part of the kick. Looking at the hips, groin pain is another common injury for players, and a likely mechanism for injury is instability of the trunk and pelvis. This technique enables a low level and safe alternative to the tendency to overstretch. So preparing for the technique, you want to let your breath flow freely and have the weight of your leg supported in the TheraBand, and just begin by circling the leg, moving the leg, listening to where any muscle tension lies, an easy movement and a free movement around the hip. And having the foot flexed also helps to lengthen the hamstrings. So take care, don't overwork here. There's no need to overstrain. Just breathe freely and explore what the muscles feel like for you on the day that you practice. And then you're going to switch sides and place the left foot to the floor close in towards the body, and have the right foot in the TheraBand. Roll the shoulders back and down, breathe freely, and explore the movement on the other side. Just easing around the hip carefully. One side will feel different to the other, and having the foot flex really helps to engage and lengthen the hamstrings, as well as targeting the inner groin and hip area, just to mobilize gently without any force or strain, quite playful and relaxed, and breathing freely here. So if you feel comfortable to stay and hold a stretch, then do. Just listen to your body, tune in, close your eyes, and focus on the area where you can feel that the muscle is responding. Most important thing is to listen to your body, work with breath, don't force or strain. And then you can play here. You can just place the feet into the TheraBand. Do this for as long as feels good, and then put the TheraBand to one side. Shake out the legs, shake out the hands as we prepare to move on, easing into our next technique now. And we're going to bring the feet close in towards the body. This is really important, reaching around for your heels. Place the ball onto the belly. We're moving into pelvic tilt, and this helps to release movement potential through the whole body. So the pelvic tilt helps to alleviate any lower back pain and also functionally prepare the pelvis for greater movement potential. The pelvis is probably one of the most overstrained regions in the body, with forces from the lower limb converging at the pelvis. It's the key area for establishing stability and mobility. So preparing to move into this technique, making sure that your chin is down towards your chest, the ball is on the belly, and to begin, you're going to breathe in and you'll tip your hips forwards. As you breathe out, press the back of the waist into the mat or into the ground. Inhale, let the pelvis tilt forwards. Exhale, press the back of the waist in towards the mat. Keep going, breathing in, the pelvis tilts forwards, but the bottom stays on the floor. Breathe out and press the back of the waist in towards the mat, and keep going. Really relax, an easy fluid movement here. Breathing in, there's no force or strain, just tilting the pelvis forwards on the inhale. Exhale, tilting the pelvis back posteriorly, back of the waist to the mat. And now we're going to move on to our next technique. Keeping the ball on the body and having the ball very much as part of the focus for this next technique, which is breathing on the ball. Breathing is the most overlooked performance tool. How we breathe affects how we perform. This technique is focused on the diaphragm, and the diaphragm is the primary muscle for breathing. The diaphragm also has a postural function too, and plays a key stabilizing role within dynamic balance and control. And like any other muscle in the body, it can also become chronically weak. So it's very important to bring breathing techniques into your training. So let's make a start with this one.